Good evening, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the panel. This evening, we got Bush with us. Bush, what's going with you, brother?
What up, y'all? I know it's dark. I'm trying to make my way home. But what up, everybody? We in the building, the panel.
That's what's up. That's what's up. And how you doing down there in the Menace?
I'm doing well. What's up, Malika? What's up, Bush? How y'all feeling? What's up, chat? How everybody
Chilling.
feeling? I hope everybody having a good week.
Word.
About to have
Amen.
an even better one.
I like that. I like that. I'm about to join you.
So tell me what you smoking over there, brother.
I think this is some runts. That's my
Okay.
favorite type of weed. I love runts. It's a certain type of strain.
See, I
Well,
ain't mad at you.
that's what I do. What you got over there?
So right now, I'm doing some apple fritters.
Oh, nice. I like apple fritters.
Yeah, man, it's a good one. It's a good one.
It's
I
funny
was
Popping
since we
off the
talking
bud.
about bud. Today's my last day. I'm gonna be quitting. I'm gonna try to go the rest of the month. Well, I'm gonna smoke Saturday. Saturday I'm gonna smoke because I got an event to go to, and it's gonna be really hard not to smoke on Saturday. But
All
I'm gonna
right.
try to go not sober because I probably still social drink, but I'm gonna just try to give up weed for like the rest of the month.
oh,
You
that's
know,
super
So when you
support.
say give it up, what kind of way you talking about, man? How you gonna give it up? Hey, Dutch, we come right back to you, sis.
Dutchy.
Dutchy, what up? Word,
Doing
like
what I always do, eating. Always.
All
Hold up, let me cover y'all up. I'll be back.
right, minute. So how you gonna give it up? I mean, are you gonna give it up completely?
well, like I think this well, like I said, this week. So today's my last day. I'm gonna go Thursday, Friday without it. Saturday I'm probably gonna smoke because I'm going to I'm gonna be at an event and I'm gonna be socializing. It's gonna be pretty hard not to smoke. But then
Hmm.
after that, I'm gonna go the whole week again, and then probably just just cut it out completely until November's over. I want to test my body, try to be more productive. So I'm gonna replace smoking with like something like going to the gym, um,
Okay.
or like just learning something new. I pay for this course, so I'm gonna try to like distract my mind. I feel like when you're distracted and you're busy all day, you forget about smoking. Cause me, I'm a habitual smoker, so I smoke after I eat. I smoke, I smoke for whatever. So it's just like I gotta just replace that action with another activity. Now I could do it. So
That's
we'll
what's
see.
up. That's what's up. Well, we
Yep.
congratulate you and wish you the best on that endeavor.
Thank you, thank
Hey,
you.
Dutchy, how you
What
doing,
up?
sis?
What up? What up? How's everybody?
What
How
Dutchy,
you
up?
what up?
guys doing?
Chilling.
How was everybody's weekend?
Not too bad. Not too bad.
Okay.
Was productive.
It's
All right.
going. It's going. It's going. It's
Dennis,
going. We're
what
gonna
you got?
finish it strong.
Dennis, what you got going over there? What the hell you over there talking about?
Oh, I said I'm about to quit smoking weed for a little bit.
Okay. So, um, would love to support you and would, but anyway, Dennis, how was your weekend?
Nah, my weekend was good. My weekend was good. We here. We
All right.
blessed, and
Okay.
we looking forward to the rest of the week.
Está bien, está bien.
How about you? What you got going on?
Um, y'all know me. I'm always eating, smoking, doing what I do. Nothing different this week. Same shit, different toilet.
I hear that.
Yeah. I see. Where's Jimmy?
Oh, he
Oh,
should
he'll
be coming
probably
out.
be on in a minute.
Okay.
We ain't gonna call him out. He know where he's supposed to be at.
Oops.
So look, James Hudson says salute at Bush. What?
Sir,
Alan?
that's the homie
What up,
O'Allen here.
Jimmy?
Alan, where you been at?
Working. Unlike
Wait,
Oh
this is
shit.
Alan.
This
I've
is
never met
Alan. I
Alan.
thought Alan abandoned us and shit.
Alan, I've never
nah,
met
nah, I didn't
Alan.
bend you. You guys do it. You guys move to 8 o'clock, and I'm normally shooting until 8 o'clock.
Oh
Got
yeah.
it.
Well, we here now. We here now.
So Alan meet Dutchy. Dutchy meet Alan.
What up, Alan?
How you doing?
I think you were on the show on a time that I wasn't here.
Yeah, he didn't say nothing though.
Yeah, I know.
Ah, I see. Okay, okay,
Nah,
okay.
it
All right,
was
we go.
okay.
We
Hi,
gonna
okay,
stop
hi.
coming
But
for
I'm gonna get a
Alan.
drink. It's okay. You can
We
come
gonna
for
let
me.
up on the brother a little
Lucas
bit.
tries to come for me every day.
Okay,
He
okay,
always tries
okay.
to come for me, and I still beat him.
No.
It's all right.
There's that smile. There's that smile.
I'm smiling because I'm home.
Oh man, listen.
What you got? What you got?
Some good ass weed. I don't know.
You're calling that shit now some
I'm
good ass.
too. I'm too old.
He said, I've been stopped asking what the nigga had. I was like, is this gonna get me right? I did.
Exactly.
I'm one of
I
those.
feel you. I feel you. He
I
a
gotta
connoisseur.
I gotta know
What's up?
what it is. Me, I have to know.
Oh, I thought you said you had a note.
Wait, what? You thought I said what?
I thought you said you had a note, like a note for us, a note for the panel.
Oh.
I do have a note. You want me to read it? Hold on.
Yeah.
Do not eat yellow snow.
Do not eat what?
Do not eat yellow
Yellow
snow.
snow. Oh Lord. Look, I like the way Bush comes on every time and has a picture of the little puppy.
His little dog.
That's not my dog.
All right. So what we got for this week?
All
What
right,
we
man.
got?
So we talking about
Look at that
how the
cute little
fans.
Frenchie.
Let's get to it.
So we talk about how the fans came for Offset, man. Y'all hear about that? Because
No, I didn't. What do you and what regard?
so they were kind of like, you wasn't fucking with him when he was alive. Like, why you trying to fuck with him now? And people need to realize that that's family, man. No matter what, that's that man's blood. Of course he gonna put
Word.
up a rest in peace thing. Of course he and his wife are gonna support the family in that time of need because they part of that family.
You
Word, I
know,
agree.
Yeah, just because they broke up as a group doesn't mean they're not friends.
Exactly.
I think the internet has become too comfortable with interjecting themselves in a lot of things, and family issues are not exempt. Again, we go into when you live your life in the public eye. This is the type of shit you're gonna have to deal with. You're gonna have to deal with people inserting themselves like they already know your business. They already know. And for all we know, we don't know if they might have been good before he passed away. We don't know what the fuck the conversation was behind closed doors. But
Between family.
but the internet loves to assume. The internet loves to write narratives, and basically that's what's really fucking up the music industry. It's all these little mini beats because of the fan base with all these bullshit ass narratives that come about. So
What you gotta say about it, Dennis?
Word,
Dennis?
I agree with what Dutchie has to say to piggyback on what she was going with. I just feel like people just want to be in other people's business. It's more than their own business, really. And like, word, what we don't really know the whole situation behind if like at the end of the day they family, so we don't really know what really going on behind closed doors. And like you were saying, Malika, like their family, like it's deeper than just a music group, you feel what I'm saying? So like there's always gonna be love there. So word, I feel like, but that's just the internet. Like that's the price you pay for being famous. You gonna have people that are gonna love you, and you gonna have people that's gonna hate on you. So it is what it is. But I feel like that's all bullshit. Like Offset, at the end of the day, through thick and thin, he's always gonna be there for his family.
Yeah.
well, not only that, but what people need to realize before they make comments, these are not like, so we're saying that they're family, right? Here's what we need to put out there for everybody that's viewing. They are not just family, they were raised by the same woman. You're talking about cousins and a nephew that were raised in the same household by the same woman. You understand? That goes a little bit beyond
Facts.
anybody, a narrative that anybody on the internet could even possibly write their own thesis to what the fuck is going on.
Facts.
No matter what the beef is, no matter what the situation is, we're still talking about legit blood relative family that have been close since they were very small. I don't think anybody should even have the audacity nor the gall to even comment on that specific situation anyway.
Facts.
Facts.
What you
I
got
agree.
for us, Alan?
No, I mean, I totally agree. I mean, they were raised together. I mean, whether or not they broke up as a group, like I was saying before, like they decided to do their own thing, and like Quavo went his way, and Offset went his way. I mean, but they still hung out. Clearly, still hung out with each other. So I mean, they clearly still talked. I mean, like media is like hyping up everyone's like. I mean, look at even like not even change the subject, but look at Tom Brady. Tom Brady's going through divorce, which is supposed to be like everyone's like worst time ever, and people in the media are just like, oh, Giselle's with this other dude already. Like, I just like feel like people need to butt out about shit. Like they're people too. Like, yeah, they live in a public eye, and like I mean, Dennis can attest, like Muta can attest, like we work with like talent because we work in the film industry, but like these people are real people, and like we assume that like not us like me like in the panel, but like we assume like the media and the people like that they're not real people, and we can just basically interject our lives into how they feel. And in reality, we don't know what he's going through. He could be like really upset and really hurt. I mean, that's family.
Word.
They kind of did the same thing. They did the same thing with Quavo, which was really fucked up. Because he was actually right there and witnessed his nephew.
He watched him die.
And people were already picking that shit apart. It hadn't even been 24 hours yet. And it was already, why this? And Quavo this, and it was Quavo's fault. Nobody knew that this guy had literally watched his nephew get killed and passed the fuck out and had to be carried to the car. But people are so hungry. The blogs are so hungry for a story without wondering how much truth is in this story. There's so much clickbait, that now they're not even putting full sentences. They're just putting enough to catch your eye with a hashtag. So you'll click on this shit with no type of moral standards. You understand? There's no moral standards with what we're allowing to be okay for clickbait. And this dude's death and it being televised and viral videos and people passing this shit around, nobody thought to think that he was going to have family that was going to keep seeing this shit.
Over and over again.
Over and over, that his family continuously relive that. So what has happened is we become desensitized.
Mm-hmm.
We're completely desensitized to sex and to violence. Both of those things we're desensitized to because of social media platforms.
So do you think that we as a people are more desensitized than others? Like we as people of color are more desensitized than others? Because the white girl goes missing and the whole world gets involved,
Yeah, I feel like it has to do with also people of color go through more traumatic experiences.
So we have to be more numb.
Yeah, so that's the harsh reality of it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like there's just things that a lot of us went through as kids or just growing up in our environment that we just seen on a day-to-day basis that just numb us to the reality of the world. You know what I'm saying? So and then people just take that and run with it and just become completely cold and just have no type of care for what anybody else feels or goes through. So yes, it's messed up. It's fucked up.
Look at two scenarios. I'll give you two scenarios. Black kid, white kid. I go into a white kid's house and if I'm another white child and I open their fridge and it ain't shit in the fridge, oh my God. Like what the fuck is going on in your house? And all hell is gonna break loose because when they get broke, these motherfuckers kill themselves. If I walk into a person of color's house, another black child's house, and ain't shit in the fridge, I'm like, you want some noodles? You know what I mean? It's one of those things where we have learned to become some shit that's not the norm for them is the norm for us. Police brutality, that's the norm for us.
Yeah.
Empty
and it's unfortunate, but I agree.
It's unfortunate. Empty refrigerator, lack of education. All of these things are the norm for us. So we have desensitized being a have-not. We've become desensitized to not having so much, in fact, that they lose their mind. You get what I'm saying?
I mean, produce is a luxury for us.
It is.
Produce is a fucking luxury.
So it's clean water.
For people of color.
If you ask Flint, so it's clean water. People in Flint still don't have water. And we're not even talking about dirty water. We're talking about this shit comes out like sludge.
Yeah.
In the US. We're living in a third world country with a fucking Gucci belt on it. Did I lie?
No. That's actually pretty funny because that's kind of true. That's kind of you throw enough glitter on top of it, it look like gold.
Yeah.
That's why everybody rushing over here.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
because you could throw sugar on shit. They done took sugar and threw it on shit, and you know what?
It's still shit.
Up under the bottom. What they want is us to be the shit under the bottom. And when you have to ask a question like that, that is the answer to your question. If you have to ask if we're more desensitized than they are, the fact that you even have to ask that, fucked up.
Hell yeah. Yeah. Speaking of desensitivity, there was a shooting at UVA this weekend. I was concerned because I have some family members that actually work there.
Oh shoot!
Yeah, three football players.
Yeah, 3 black football players. Yeah.
That's
Yeah, yeah, some crazy shit. And I think, Menace, you were also saying there was another shooting somewhere, right?
Yeah, in Buffalo. Where so some actually some white dude. He had went in. I think it was if I'm not
You cutting up.
Technical difficulties.
mistaken,
Can
Do
I,
do
before he
do.
comes back though, can I pause
it
what he
was
said?
sorry about that. It was.
No,
Y'all hear me now? Y'all hear me
A
now?
little bit, a little bit. We're gonna jump to Dutchy real quick until you get it in order, and then we'll come back to you real quick. What
well,
you
I don't.
got for
Yeah,
us,
my
Dutch?
bad, my bad.
I don't want to leave with what Dennis has said, so I'm gonna kind of lead around to kind of come back to him so he can jump back into it.
Okay.
Wasn't one of those? So one of these is a school shooting, correct? The
Mm-hmm.
college
Yeah,
high
the
school?
Virginia one.
The
Okay,
Virginia, University of Virginia.
Dennis, do
Hmm.
you
Yeah.
know? But Dennis, do you notice that you mentioned the white school shooter? But did you notice that we left out that this first school shooter was black? Why are we so? Why won't we say that?
I mean, I didn't know the full information on the
Yeah,
shooting
Okay,
in
the
Virginia.
shooting at UVA was a former
Same.
football player that went there, and he shot three of the players, and I think injured a couple other people. But I guess he was gunning for those kids. I guess
yeah,
I don't know. We don't know the
That's
full story,
crazy.
but he was clearly gunning for them because he knew them.
Mm.
That's crazy.
a
Actually,
lot
I
of
didn't know the full details. I just knew 3 football players from the college of UVA had passed away.
Yeah,
that's
I don't.
sad.
they got shot. They were sitting on a bus, and they were on the bus, the team bus, whatever, and they were shot at. I think it was like the three players, and then like the team manager and like a couple other like students that were females got injured.
That's
Mm.
nuts.
Mm-mm.
That's my fault, Dennis. I should not have assumed that you already knew. Um,
Nah, it's all good.
Here's the thing though. So the school shooter was a black guy. I
Hmm.
like that. I like that, right? It's studious, right? But not. So he was. Here's the thing. His father put out a statement. His father said, he was being bullied, and his dad told him like, "Hey, man, you're at the end of the school year. Just kind of deal, and it's almost over with." And apparently, this was a very big issue. Now, here's the thing. Remember what you asked about being desensitized?
Yeah.
Hmm.
If we say he was being bullied, we're not supposed to be sensitive to being bullied. Do you
No.
understand what I'm saying?
As black people, we're not.
You see where
We
I'm going
supposed to
with this,
have tough skin.
right? We're by nature not supposed to be easily bullied. Y'all notice there's not a whole lot being said about this kid being black because Dennis would have known that. There's certain shit the media wants you to know, just like they want us to know that most school shooters are white.
Yeah.
So we're look, you know what I mean? So we look crazy when we realize it was one of ours.
Same with the Beltway shooter.
Yeah,
I
we
mean,
have no idea.
everybody, including myself, was looking for a white dude in a
Yes,
pickup truck with a gun rack.
yes. So what's unfortunate is that since it was a school shooting, we have for us it's another black on black crime. They're never going to say white on white crime, but they are going to call this an instance of black on black crime
Hmm.
because
100%.
they were three. It was three black kids, three other black.
Yeah, three black kids that were gunned. Three of the black kids were killed.
Jeez. May they rest in peace. I don't think
Yeah,
anything's
yeah,
worth
they
their
rest in peace.
lives,
No,
you know,
Yeah, I mean, also we don't have the full information on the
but we
facts
don't
of
have the
it. We
whole
don't know
story.
how. Yeah, we don't know. I don't like. I didn't. I mean, I heard about it this morning. I like read about it, but I also didn't. They didn't say whether or not he was like waiting in the wind for them, or like he
no.
was. He happened to confront them and just happened to have a gun. And I mean, it sounds like the from what I read, it sounds like their bus pulled up and he just shot at the bus.
Yeah.
Mm.
Shit.
So,
So he's about to do life.
Hmm. He's done
oh yeah,
for.
100%.
He's done for.
So he was arrested without any incident. He was not injured. He was not shot or anything like that.
Hmm. I don't think. Yeah, no, he was arrested. I mean, I don't know the pertaining of how he was arrested, but he's in custody,
Why?
and they
Because
know
with
who
us,
did it.
we have to ask: was he apprehended alive? Because often, more times than not, when we're apprehended,
We
We
don't
let's
get
make
gunned
it.
down. Yeah,
that's
yeah,
when
We
they.
that's
don't
a good
make it.
But
question.
also, you have to also remember that when we're gunned down, we're not gunned down with the weapon. Most of the time we do have to remember that most of the time that it is a person of not color that's doing the
That's true.
shooting.
That
Yeah.
is
Um,
true.
but when I mean, obviously, don't get me wrong, like we have we have black on black crime, but it's not black and black crime. It just happens to be inner city crime because they're selling drugs or into that life where a bad deal goes wrong, and someone gets shot. But at this is a type of like situation where most of the time it's a mass shooting. It's always a white person freaking out or doing whatever he's doing. Black people don't really shoot people. I mean, Spanish people don't really shoot people.
We don't.
Reality is white people really shoot people because honestly, I have a gun license because of my job from propping. But other than that, like I hunt, but I hunt with a bow. I don't partake. I think you shooting a gun for an animal is like not fair to the animal. But
I don't know,
at
bro.
the
It
end of the
depends on
day,
that. You're a bear. I'm gonna shoot your ass.
Yeah,
Y'all,
yeah.
I
If you a
mean,
bear, I'm
I got a
I don't mind
pretty
both.
big strong bow, so it's gonna go through the bear.
Yeah, man. No, but
But I
I
mean,
do.
at the end of the
I
day, you know
agree.
what I mean? Like, I feel like we as a society rely too much on guns, and it's clearly showing. I mean, it's clearly showing in how people are reacting not to being, like, for example, for being bullied, for not getting the way, for not doing those. They say, "Okay, I'm going to shoot you." I mean, it's just pretty unfortunate that we resort to guns all the time.
Well, that's what.
Okay. What's up? That's what's up. So, y'all hear about Kyrie's deal?
Oh yeah,
What
Kyrie,
happened to
man,
Kyrie now?
free
What he do
Kyrie.
now?
Or yeah, free Kyrie.
What did he do now?
So the NBA Players Association is apparently going to bat for him. And so are a couple other people. Menace, you mind sharing a little more with us?
Yeah, so Jay Williams, a former basketball player, and he's a current analysis. I think he works on ESPN too. He just basically like went off on Adam Silver and the NBA for not like protecting Kyrie and backing him up, and for the ridiculous task he had to do for his punishment. Like he just he just fed up with a lot of people scrutinizing Kyrie, just trying to always blame him, especially him, for just anything. You know, the media, like we were saying earlier, you know, they're savages. It's clickbait. They're gonna try to ruin somebody's life just because a topic sounds good, and it just so happens to be a black player too. Like it's just all messed up. Like the Kyrie situation is messed up. So where Jay Williams went off, you got a few other players backing him up now. Stephen A. Smith too, also backing him up. So it's good to see, like, especially brothers, you know, just come in arms for him and protecting him, because what Kyrie's going through is a bit ridiculous. You feel what I'm
Wait.
saying?
Stephen A. Smith is backing him finally because he was just talking shit like
Yeah.
a week and a half ago.
Yeah, exactly. That's why that's also big, because you know Stephen A. Smith, he talks, you know, like, but like I like, sometimes I like when Stephen A. Smith
Up
talks.
established 87.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
That's our boy comment. It's
What
a
up? It's
comment.
EST. Yo,
Yo,
but really,
EST was good, was good. Salute,
you
salute.
don't think Kyrie Irving knew the consequences and he was ready for this and this is the fight he wanted? You don't
But
think
see,
that? I
that's the
think
thing. Kyrie's
I don't.
outspoken, and I respect his character. And at the end of the day, he technically did not say nothing offensive. He just
I
he just made
Yeah,
a statement about a movie that had one negative remark about uh Jewish people. You know what I'm saying? So they just label
But
him
what was the remark
anti-Semitic
though?
because
Because
he
we
talked
still don't
about a
know
movie
who
that
did
he
it.
liked. So like that's just fucked up. Like he didn't say anything about Jewish people. He just commented about a movie, and he's awake. Like Kyrie's smart. Like he's awake. You know what I'm saying? Like he's not one of these dumb puppets that you could
But
just
Dennis, what
tell.
is the comment though? What I'm still
well,
nobody
he
knows.
watched. He was looking up what his name meant. He said he was looking at what his name meant, which he stumbled on some movie. So he started watching the movie, and he just commented on his Instagram, like, "Yo, like, basically not like supporting the movie or not supporting the movie. He was basically just like, yo, like, saw this movie. Here's what I thought about it. Whatever."
So there was
And
never a comment.
they try to
No,
kill him on it.
so like in the movie,
yeah, but
people
go
like
ahead.
Jews are like depicted, like this is what I read. I didn't watch the movie, you know what I'm saying? But like Jews are depicted in a bad way in the movie. So like since it's Kyrie Irving, now Kyrie Irving doesn't like Jewish people because he commented about a movie he watched. It's not that he commented anything about Jewish people. It's just what the movie what consisted of. So where it's
So
just
can we get
bullshit. Like
talk about Roots then? Because if that's the case, I got an issue with fucking Roots.
Kuta
They
Kinte, no.
I mean, you see what I'm saying? Then white people can be pissed off about Django. because how they were depicted in, every race can be pissed off about how they were depicted in a movie if that's the case.
Exactly.
So
So it's just it's just because it's Kyrie Irving, that's it's just messed up. Last year with the whole vaccine thing, him wanting to be liberal and not get vaccinated. Now he's a cancer to the team and he could get people sick. And now this year, you feel what I'm saying? Oh, the
You
movie,
think
like
it's
it's
because
just
of
always
Kyrie
something.
Irving?
Like they like the NBA really picks on Kyrie Irving, so that's why it
So,
was important
so
for
wait.
like.
I mean,
So,
but they
so
coming
wait.
for Kanye too on that shit. I mean,
yeah,
he did say some
Oh
shit.
yeah,
Now, yeah, but
they're
Kanye
coming for
really actually,
Kanye.
you know what I'm saying? Like Kyrie said nothing on the level nowhere near
let us shine.
of the magnitude that Kanye said. You feel what I'm saying? So it's just like my whole thing
Hey,
is like
John.
the NBA picks on Kyrie and they got a wild picking on Kyrie, and like
But wait a minute. What if it was a white athlete who said, "I saw Kunta Kinte, I saw Roots, and that Kunta Kinte would say something offensive towards us"? You don't think his ass would be on the fire?
perfect example over the summer, the Phoenix Suns owner he had a relationship. He had said a
Is
racist
that the
remark.
movie Dutch? I'm sorry, Menace. Is that what you trying to show us, Dutch? The movie?
Yeah, I wanted to hold it up so y'all can see that, and when Dennis is finished, I'll comment
Uh,
up to this.
okay. All right, go ahead, Menace.
Not worse. So like over the summer, the former owner of the Suns, he had to sell his share because he had said a racist comment and everybody went crazy about it. Like they was not that no player was letting up till he got fired to
That's
like
what
he
I'm
had to
saying.
sell
But
the
you
team.
saying it was because you saying just because it was Kyrie, he in trouble. But I'm saying you can't run your mouth saying certain things. You got to be sensitive to certain shit. If you got a position, if you got some shit that they could take from you, because that's what they're gonna
I,
do. They're gonna take from you. They're gonna take it from you.
I agree.
Just
I
like
agree.
who was that owner that had the black girl and got caught saying the N word? You know
The
what I
Phoenix
mean?
Suns
Oh,
I forgot
owner.
his fucking name.
yeah, the Suns.
Go ahead, Dutch. I forgot his name.
That's okay. But to what Musa just said, here's that picture that I showed y'all. That's actually on my social media, and I'm gonna tell y'all. I'm gonna read to you what I put under that. What I put under that was Nick Cannon said it, and they took Wildin' Out. I also said Kanye said it, and they took everything. Kyrie said it, and the Nets won off the team. Farrakhan said it, and they removed him from all social media platforms. MJ
Yeah,
said it, he
he
lost
tried
his
to.
life. Prince said it, he lost his life. Somebody doesn't want you to know who we are, and there's nothing anti-Semitic about this documentary. It's actually a really good documentary that I recommend watching. This is what I put. That is what I wrote. Okay.
Yeah, you make
So,
some good points there. Definitely.
Facts.
And
so
EST, shout out to you. He said it's Donald Sterling. Yeah, that was his name. His
yeah,
ass, like nowadays you gotta watch your mouth unless, I don't know, but you gotta watch your mouth, that's all. Unless you got nothing to lose. Like me. No, I'm playing.
but why is it just them? Why can't you lose everything from speaking on us? Why can't you lose everything from speaking on any? Now, listen, I can only pick up for us because I'm a representative of us. But in all fairness of other minority races, Asians, they was whooping Asians' asses about a year ago. They were getting jumped and beat up and all types of unnecessary shit. And these were old people that were getting hurt.
Oh,
You
man.
understand? And that was really fucked up. Now they passed a little law and all this, and and a bill. We still ain't got that motherfucker. But my point is, there was no people weren't starting to take jobs. They weren't doing a smear campaign on their assassinating their character. These people are having their characters assassinated because now what you told us was in this great state of this country that I have speech. So unless I'm talking about a Jew. So if I'm talking about a Jew, I can't say what the fuck I really want.
Yep, that's true. It goes against, it goes against a lot. I should be able to say what I want to say without in fear of my job and things like that.
Well, I
Facts.
mean,
Well,
that's what it comes down to, right? Our First Amendment is like freedom of speech. You can say whatever you want
exactly.
to say, and should it be like regardless of like my feelings? Is like as long as I'm not like, for example, if I sit and say I hate black people, as long as I'm not hurting black people, I'm not like
Yeah,
endangering them,
you should
trying
be
to
able
take
to
them with
say
my car. It should be at that day. It's like I'm at the like we. It's okay. You may not like it, but at the end of the day, is I still have that freedom of speech to feel how I feel.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
It's not like I'm sitting there. If I'm sitting there saying I hate black people, and then I'm putting hate speech out and saying putting violent speech out and things like that, then I can say, okay, say that's treason. I'm not treason, abuse and things like that. But I mean, at the end of the day, we're supposed to have freedom of speech, is what I last thought.
Now
I
think
agree.
about now. Granted, Donald Sterling, he was running a team full of black guys. He owns them basically. Now that could be conflicting. That's the problem to me. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta have respect for your people. But in his brain, probably he like, these are my slaves. I own them. That's what I'm feeling. Like, come on now. So yeah,
Right.
What
what
did he
up, Jimmy?
say
What up,
again?
Jimmy?
Jimmy,
What's up? It just let me on. I was sitting in like limbo.
Oh,
Oh,
shucks.
really?
Yeah, well, I don't see our names either.
Yeah, for like 35, I don't know, it was like 35 minutes.
Oh, wow, that's amazing. We see everybody when they come on. We see them right there
Yeah,
immediately.
it
Huh?
wasn't,
Bum.
it kept saying if you want to enter the studio, you have to do, when you sign up that thing. So I pressed on that and then I came back in the studio, but it wasn't letting me on. Hi, everybody.
What up?
Hey,
what up, Jimmy?
What's
facts.
going on,
Happy
brother? How are you,
27th.
man?
Chilling, brother.
Oh, look at
Chilling, man. It's
this.
good to see you.
Look at this. The Redskins owner had to change the name because it was offensive to Native American people. That's
Facts.
true.
And so
Nah, yeah, they
didn't the
recently.
Braves or
Baseball had to
somebody else
change their
change it
name.
too?
Yeah, that was
The
recent
Cleveland
because
Indians, right?
That's true.
The only reason Dan Snyder changed that name, because I love football, the only reason Dan Snyder changed the name of the Redskins wasn't because it was offensive. He said he would never change it, ever, ever, ever. But he got caught with the when that emails came out with cheerleaders and the head coach of the Ravens stepped down because they were saying how the cheerleaders were hot and all that other shit and how they're nice asses. That's the
Oh,
Wow.
only reason why
he
Dan
changed the
Snyder
name.
even changed the name, because they were trying to kick Dan Snyder, make him sell the team for
Yeah.
because of racist comments for years, and he said, "Fuck you! I'm never selling. I don't care if you guys don't like me." And that's exactly what he said. Unlike the Jaguars coach who said "nigger," and he fucking had to sell. They made him sell that shit real quick.
Yeah.
Oh shit!
Who has more money? Maybe Dan Snyder.
Bro, Dan Snyder has mad money. Yeah, the Jaguars
Exactly.
are
Is
a
any
small
one of these people
NFL
Jewish
team.
that you're referring to? That's my next question. Is
Yes.
any of
I'm not going to
Snyder
say they're
is.
no Jewish or not, because
I
I
believe
think Dan
Snyder
Snyder
is.
is Jewish.
Yeah.
I think
But
so too.
I'm not going to say near there, but most old money, Jewish old money, is like money.
Mm-hmm.
the
If
last
you own
name
a
is
football
Schneider?
team,
Isn't
like
Schneider?
by yourself,
And the reason he bought it was because it was his favorite team.
What happened?
Like it was like that. It was
exactly.
like his little plaything.
He
And,
bought it because it was his favorite team.
yeah,
see
it
they
was
be
his
on that.
plaything.
They be trying to be on that owner, that master shit. That shit.
That's what
That's
I'm
crazy.
saying.
Cause what's the majority? I think 80% of the NFL is black people. You know what I'm saying?
So is the
More
NBA.
than
80%
80%,
of the
bro.
players.
The only thing that has
The
changed
The
players,
about
players.
Redskins
90% of
Masters.
the players are black. What white boys play football? Not many.
No, but
Nah,
listen, the
there's a
only
few.
thing,
Nah, there's a few tough white boys. There's a few tough.
There's a
Christian
few. There's a
McCaffrey,
few.
Travis
Shout
Kelsey,
out to Nick Bosa.
the
Nick
new
Bosa, the Bosa
Oh,
brothers.
no,
entertainment,
no,
Yeah.
yeah, there is. Remember,
the
there's like, what,
entertainment business
95 people on a team? And what, 10 of
for
them are white?
Nah, yeah,
all that
exactly.
shit,
Yeah.
all that
All
shit
right,
is new
Dutchy, what you
age
trying to
slavery.
say, hun? Go ahead.
All new age slavery. Oh, you know I'm gonna find my way in. You know I'm gonna get it right. All that shit is new age slavery. NFL, new age slavery. You got a
Yep.
white slave master. Basketball, new age slavery. Entertainment business,
Entertainment. Yeah, it's really the entertainment.
entertainment, and
Even
yeah,
the
that
film
pretty much
industry.
covers everything. That's all new age slavery. Your slave masters have just changed. And what you doing for them just ain't picking cotton no more.
I don't know
Yeah.
what that means.
Yep. I
I'm
agree.
not sure
I
I know
agree.
what
It's like Trump when he said, "Look at my African Americans." That's what the coaches are saying. Look at my niggas.
Exactly what they
Hey, listen, if you talk the right price, I'll sell you 2 for the price of 1.
Oh,
the,
that's called a trade.
the lingo has
That's a
changed.
trade. That's a trade deal.
I
That's
think
called
Jay,
a
That's a
I
trade.
think
modern trade.
Is trading is new age auctioning is what the fuck it is.
But
For
wait, you
real.
guys
Basically,
don't think
look
it
at the
should be
You can
said?
be
combine.
one of yours.
My
That's your
man
new
jumped
age
this high. He went this far. He ran this fast. He's this big.
Exactly.
I mean, and then you
Yeah.
stand them up, turn them around. Look at them. Look at them pecs. You know what
Hey, Jimmy, what you got to say, brother?
I
You trying to jump
hey
in?
man, this goes back to the owner of the Cincinnati Reds. when if you ever heard Howard Stern had made a big spoof on it, he had a lot of people calling in about how she wanted her team to be completely white, or the owner of the Cincinnati Reds. Yeah. I mean, there was a lot of discrimination in sports, but I disagree a little bit with you guys. I don't think it's anything about slavery. I just think that there's more black players in the NFL and in basketball because they're just better players. They're more athletic. There are a few exceptions of white people that are good, but it's just that black players. Look, I was very close with Justin Tuck, did a lot of work with him. I don't think he was a slave at all because the owner, he told me that the owner came up to him. He said, Justin, we don't want you to leave the team. I want to offer you a $40 million contract to stay with the Giants. And he was actually leaving the team. He got a better offer, but they offered him the money because he was a great player. I don't think it had anything to do with the color of his skin. I just think that black players are better players, especially in basketball. There's no way that you have the gene pool that just makes you an amazing athlete. You know, I knew a lot of them. I even talked to Osinora when I was very close with, Aaron Ross. He used to smoke weed. I smoked weed at Justin Tuck's house with Aaron Ross, and Aaron told me, he goes, Jimmy, when they want you, they're going to pay for you, regardless if you're white, black, or anything. He goes, but I don't think there was anything that,
but we're talking about the language that these
hey,
owners got
listen,
caught saying.
Using, yeah.
Yeah, but Mook,
we're speaking on freedom of speech, and we're speaking on it's situational.
But I don't
Kyrie
think that
Irving, the things he said, he doesn't have a bunch of Jews working for him he doesn't have a team of Jews, and then go and say that like he's
I agree with you, but ain't that bigotry, and isn't bigotry all over? I'm sure there's a lot of NFL owners and coaches.
That's not the question either. We talking about freedom of speech, basically. Now, when you got a whole team of black guys and you get caught saying nigger, and you coming in there telling your
you can't say that. You shouldn't say that. So you should be arrested.
Luka, you can't say that word, bro.
No, you can't say that. You just
for real.
That's a violation. Listen, that's a violation. They took care of the Golden State Warriors owner for doing it, and I praised them. Yeah, I wouldn't say it. And Justin Tuck told me there was always a lot of controversy with a lot of people. A lot of the black players never liked Peyton Manning, never liked what's his name, Manning, the quarterback. He was not like them. And Justin Tuck used to talk behind their back, and they used to call him all kinds of names. So I think it goes both ways. I think again, you have an owner who's a white owner. Yeah, it's old money.
The word owner is even offensive. The word owner is offensive.
He does own it.
I disagree with that. I disagree with that because
my boss can't say he owns me.
Well,
I can't say he owns me either.
I worked for a black gentleman in a piping company when I was 18 years old. I mean, nobody ever said anything, and he didn't like a lot of the white guys that he had in his company, but he used to say, hey, at least these boys know what the fuck they're doing, if they're white or not. I didn't take offense to it. It's just his personality. It's who he was. He owned the company, and I was making money. Was I a slave too? Absolutely. Did he treat me fairly? Absolutely not. He was a tyrant.
I was filthy rich, and I had a team of Italians playing whatever sport. And you heard me talking to my Italian girl. Yeah, you better not date one of these guineas. Excuse my French.
No, that's okay. Hey, listen, I just had a guy call me a guinea fuck just coming out of the store about 1:00 this afternoon.
I said that, but
but that's okay, my man. Guess what? It's a word. It's only a word. It doesn't establish anything. I'm not all Italian anyway, so what was he referring to? Oh, he called me a guinea bastard, you guinea lowlife. So what?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but he don't know me. It's a passive aggressive way because he knows he would have got his ass kicked. He was half my size, so I laughed at him. I said, Jesus, God, man, move on, brother, and have a good life, you know? But I didn't, I live in
He
a
had no
prominently
power over
black
you.
neighborhood, and I hear some of the firemen across the street say that word, and sometimes I walk by and I go, really? I go, really? And they go, we're playing. You're playing around. I said, okay. I don't say that word. I don't like it. I have a lot of black friends, and they are aggressive about it, and I don't blame them, you know. And I would never disrespect them, but I don't think that anything in this world goes down, especially with musicians and anything or anybody that's black becoming famous. Beyonce has 89
We know that.
89 Grammys. And guess what? Richard Adams, one of the head music guys that brings everything into the music people, said that Beyonce's probably one of the most talented people. He never said she was her blackness. She never said anything about. He just said that she was talent and she deserves everything she got.
And
And I
talent
think that
equals money
we kind
today,
of create
Jim.
that hatred. I don't think it's anything as bad as anybody's saying. You
And
know.
they changed the word on when you buy a house now. The word master bedroom is going away because they've deemed it inappropriate from where the word comes from. The master bedroom was the bedroom of your slave master. So in
Yeah, but
coming years, that's
I'm
just how
sorry.
serious it's gotten. Some people just, even when you're talking about a team, somebody that owns the team, and I totally agree with you. We can beat motherfuckers on a lot of playing fields if they evened it out. We dominate most sports. Actually, we dominate all sports. But that's not the point. The point is when you put us together collectively and you use word like an owner of a team and you use certain words in your vernacular, the way it thinks, it doesn't sound good. So why can't you can change fucking master bedroom? Why can't you call it a team manager? We know you own it. We know you're rich.
No, because there
Well,
was a team manager. It's totally
a
different.
lot
There
of
was a
people
team
refer
Major
manager.
main bedroom.
stockholder. Shit.
A lot
Yeah,
of
but
people refer it as the main bedroom.
you know what the disgusting part about the sports, they're all rich, yeah, granted. But if they're not robots and they don't act accordingly, the asses is grass. And that's a crazy part. These guys are so successful and they gotta be straight robots. Think about people like Shaq, Jordan. These guys are robots. They rich as hell. They moving. They know how to move and maneuver. But
But
you'll
they
never
had to
get a
learn. Straight
real
hand.
thoughts from them. You'll never know what's really on their mind, and it's kind of weird. It's
Hey,
kind
Mook,
of weird.
That is what becomes a choice.
Mook, so what you're telling me is that all the owners of all the sports teams are prejudiced and bigots?
No, I didn't say that.
No.
That's not
Well,
what.
that's
No,
what that's referring to.
no,
You're
no, no.
referring to that every player is a
No, we're talking
slave.
about the system. We're discussing
Well,
the
guess
system
what?
right
You know
now.
what? Justin Tuck put
And
it perfectly right. My daughter-in-law's cousin played for the Las Vegas Raiders and the Cardinals. He got caught with substances. He's white. He is now off the team. He is now not playing because he didn't
yeah,
play by the rules.
trust
Where
me,
was their big?
Only 1% of
we're not
people
here to
getting
bash sports or
sacrificed.
none of that. It really
No, but
came to a
let me
discussion
ask you a
over
question.
Kyrie Irving
Why
and
did
how
they
he
go
can't
after him if
persecute.
he's white? Why didn't they let him go? That's like saying they should have let him go because he's
No,
white.
that's not what we're saying, Jim. That's not what we're saying. At the end of the day, do you really think that the reward is worth the risk for these players? Do you think that
Absolutely.
if they had other opportunities, they would not take those other opportunities in STEM, in science, in mathematics, in robotics and things like
Yeah,
that? If they didn't
Well,
financing.
do
have
you
those
know how
other
many,
opportunities, these
Malik? Do
kids
you
are
know how many
dying
black
because of the concussions.
Okay, but do you know how many black players are graduates in mathematics, graduates in science?
And they
Justin Tuck.
still have to play ball to make ends
No,
meet.
they don't. No, no, that's not true at all. And I want to tell you, Justin Tuck played football because he loved the sport. And he always told me, hey, I said, Justin, when you retire, what? He goes, Jimmy, he goes, my plans are to get my master's degree in economics and political science. And that's what he did. And
What
he's
about the ones
now a
that played
vice
from concussions?
yeah, but he's now a vice president of Goldman Sachs, and you're looking to a lot of players that really don't have the ability to be anything beyond
Okay,
football.
but Jimmy, can I
But
tell you a truth? Can I
And,
tell you truth.
And
I
what
don't want to cut you
60%
off,
did.
Jimmy?
but let me give Jimmy a truth. I'm finna give him a harsh, cold truth, Jimmy. I love you to death, but let me give you some truth. My son is Musa's complexion. Okay, my son is a GT student, emotionally white, gifted and talented, extremely exceptional. Malika can tell you, this child is beyond exceptional. My 10-year-old is going on 20 something, and I'm talking about intelligence. Even still, my black baby, and I want you to keep in mind, I'm Afro Latina. You see, they don't care about none of that. My black son has to be told every day, you got to go in there and work harder than everybody else. You got to go in there and read better than everybody else. You got to do math better than everybody else. You have to essentially be better. We have to tell our kids that just so they can be on an even playing field. Okay? Not even just for them to be better. That's just for them to get a fair.
Dutch, I could agree with you. I could agree with you in certain standpoints, yes, because you still have a lot of assholes in this country. But my doctor is a black doctor. The doctor that I see now for my GAD, he owns his physical therapy company. He got his master's degree, then he went to medical school, then he got his PhD beyond anything that he had to do to be a doctor. And now he's becoming a professor for Columbia University.
But you
He's
just made my point.
darker than anybody I ever seen, but he's one of the most brilliant guys. You can ask him his strategy. There was nothing that he had to do beyond anybody else. He was just qualified for the job, and now he owns
But what does
TLC
he
on
have to do to
Staten
get
Island,
qualified?
and it's one of the most reputable rehabilitation centers in New York City.
But
And
Jimmy,
he
you
also
just made
works
my
with Sloan
point.
Kettering. I know a lot
You
of
just
doctors that are
made my
black
point.
that are in Sloan Kettering. I disagree with you on that. I
But
think in
here's the thing,
certain
Jimmy.
areas,
You
yes,
see
if
what you
you
just
have
said? So he
bigotry,
has to be a doctor for him to be recognized. He can't be an average Joe. Nobody's recognizing average Joe black men. He has to be a doctor. He has to be prestigious. He's got to be a lawyer to get recognition. You just made my point. In order for black men to be recognized, they have to have something prestigious, or they will get looked over. He's just another black man.
Yeah.
yeah, in certain states, I agree with you because of the bigotry. Yes, I do agree with you. But in New York and California, I have a lot of my friends that are in the locals and the unions. They're all black. They took the test. They went to college. They got their degree, and now they're running the companies. One of my friends actually was running the electrical division for the low voltage wiring, the UPS wiring for the World Trade Center. He's a black guy.
What's
That
up, Jeff?
What
you
up,
know,
Jimmy?
Jimmy. Then why are the prisons full of black and Latino men?
okay, and that's a very simple thing to answer, and I want to tell you why.
I
Because
want to hear
a
this.
lot of black.
And why
Listen,
my
I'm
cousin?
not arguing with
About
discrimination,
to get beat right out of
but a
here.
lot of black people, especially in the ghettos in Brooklyn and Queens, in the Bronx, have nothing more. Have nothing more that was offered to them to have an option. A lot of people had to do a breakaway special thing. Yes, I don't agree. I don't disagree with you. Is there discrimination? Without a fucking doubt. Does it piss me off? Absolutely. It's the same way that I couldn't apply for a city state job. They got rid of the mob and they got rid of the union. That allowed a lot of black and Spanish people and people of color, Indians, to go out and apply for these $1 million contracts. And now none of the Italian mobsters are even involved or can even get invoked in that. And I do agree with you, but I think it's senseless for us to say, yes, I think there's a lot of owners that are just bigots and animals, but that's an aggression of a lot of people. And if you go to Kansas, yeah, you won't see a lot of opportunities for black people. You got to be in California, you got to be in New York, you got to be
But
in
do you see the
Florida.
difference between Donald Sterling, the owner of a team, getting in trouble for things he say, and
Yeah, but
Kyrie
bro,
Irving,
but Mook, a lot of white
a
people got
player?
in trouble too. They got kicked out of the NFL. That's not true, Mook. It's not just black players. A lot of white players got abused with substance abuse. One got
Talking
caught
about
hitting his wife.
you're talking about something they said.
Well, bro, well, my man, yeah, I know, but they also said bad things too. There were a lot of owners who have said that.
Yeah, when you say when in that situation, it's usually a secret, and they got secretly recorded. Oh, that fucking niggas!
Yeah,
I'm
listen,
talking about a man making a statement and coming out and really and putting it down, saying I stand on this, and then getting in trouble for it when it didn't really. Okay, did it offend?
You can say grab her by the pussy. He said something about a
He
fucking
became president.
Yeah. No, I get it, Dutch. I know what you're saying. I get it. Believe me, I'm just saying I don't think it's that discriminatory. I don't think that every NFL or basketball player is a slave to any owner.
Yeah, that's
Michael
that's a whole
Jordan.
other show.
Yeah, but the owners of Nike love Michael Jordan. They didn't do it because he was black. They did it because he was the greatest basketball player that ever
because he
lived.
could make them money.
Yeah, but
And they
wait a
made
minute.
money
But
off
but
of
they
him.
wanted him to make money too, bro.
You're right.
They wanted
They
him
didn't
to
know
make
about staying
money.
broke. They
He
didn't
makes
know
more
about
money
Michael
than
Jordan
they
is a
do.
bad
Believe me.
example. Michael Jordan
you're
is a
right,
bad
Jimmy.
example simply because
Bad
he's a
example.
black man
Yep.
who owns multiple
Thank you.
prisons. Michael
Michael
Jordan
Jordan
is a
and
horrible
Michael
example.
Jordan don't give a
He
fuck
owns
about
prisons
us.
and
He
he's a
went
Yeah,
black
to
man.
he's
black
a
ass Jordans.
he's a
Yeah,
Jordan
yeah.
gave a fuck about us.
We all buy
He
his
went
Jordans. We all buy his
back.
Jordans, and then we end up
Back.
in his jail. Like, I don't fuck with Michael Jordan. He's
I don't
nice,
buy his
but
Jordans.
fuck that nigga.
Them Jordans, listen, Jordans ain't shit like they used to be back in the day anyway. Them motherfuckers hurt your feet. If Jordan really gave a fuck, bad example.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's
Hey, but let's get to these comments really quick.
yeah.
So shout out to
Switch up the
Jeff Short.
topic.
What up,
Shout
Jeff?
out. What's up, Mississippi? Thanks for
Mississippi.
joining us.
Mississippi in the hat.
Established in 87 says Dutch LOL. You said something funny as
What up,
usual.
EST?
James Hudson says lit. Thank you, James.
My boy
Appreciate
James
it.
Hudson, LA in the house.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Established in 87 says the NFL Combine is the slave auction. Yeah.
Said that before.
Most people of color are gonna feel that way, Jim. Sorry, we have to agree to disagree.
Hey, listen.
And shout out to Mississippi, established in 87.
No, Jimmy made points. We know there's good
Nah,
guys.
yeah, Jimmy had a good argument.
He wasn't completely wrong.
No, he wasn't.
I'm not going to
I'm not saying
disagree
that.
with anybody about this, but yeah, I'm pissed off when somebody says a wretched comment. They shouldn't be doing that. But I'm talking about the amplification of saying that owners are that black players are slaves. There's a lot. Listen, Don Shula said some of his greatest players on his team. He never mentioned that they were black. He just said, these are my most valuable players on this team, and they're the most professional players that the Miami Dolphins ever had. When Dan Marino had Mark Dupree, who was the shortest receiver in the world, he never looked at him as his color. He just said that Mark Dupree was the best receiver he ever thrown to in the NFL, and to my eyes is probably one of the greatest receivers because he did not establish the height that a lot like Jerry Rice and all these players did.
I just, that the white guy that caught up in welfare fraud. Why isn't his name plastered all over the place and everything else? Look at what happened to Kyrie. They're showing you an example of no matter how good you are,
they don't care.
Yeah.
Your
we
ass
give it and we can take it away
if you get out of line.
Yeah, but bro, you know what? You're talking. Yeah, but aren't you talking about the mass of the world, the mass of the country, the mass of the world?
I'm talking about the people controlling the shit. And it's
but bro, it's not controlling. Listen, they got rid of a lot of white players for doing the same thing, Mook. I'm telling you, it's just.
I'm not talking about got rid of.
So
they destroying.
Did you watch
destroying the whole. Kanye looked like an insane person to the average motherfucker.
I got a question for Alan.
And Kyrie, his career, and then look at before Kyrie, who was it? Who was the dude? Who I should know. It's fucking ridiculous, but he got in trouble for doing this or whatever, and then they just X'd him out in the NFL, whatever.
Oh, Colin Kaepernick.
Yeah, Colin Kaepernick. I'm just saying how
he's not playing
assassinate characters. That's what I'm saying.
Oh yeah, because he was getting bro. Do you know how many people called in to San Francisco 49ers and complained? You're talking about millions and millions. You're talking about hundreds of millions of people complaining that
he got out of line.
Yeah, but listen, I guess what? People ask me about Colin Kaepernick now, and I said he did nothing wrong. He was explaining the solidarity of the situation. But you got to understand, everything goes by the masses. Everything goes by the masses.
The
So here's
Even
my,
massa.
here's my
even
question.
the bigger
Sorry.
Donald Trump was complaining. You don't kneel. He said you don't kneel because of the military. He was not discriminating against the military, and that's just dumbasses.
Even
Be-
military kneeled with him.
Yeah,
But
it
So
I,
was
I,
not
I
Military's
you
what he
but I,
told him
you
to
don't.
kneel.
because y'all not gonna
But
let me ask
Malik,
this
I'm
question.
not
I'm
arguing with you.
gonna have to. I'm gonna have
I'm
to.
not making the
So
point. I'm
Alex,
talking
here's
about.
my
Yeah.
question.
I'm talking about if
Do you
you
know
own
what
an
the
NFL
definition of owner
team
means?
and you've
Do you know
invested
what?
What?
millions and millions of
Do you
dollars
know
into
what the
this
definition
team,
of owner means?
people will boycott you.
Yes,
So it
Yeah,
is
someone
you're
who
right.
about
owns
There
land
money.
you
or
go. You're
assets.
right.
Mooka, do
Right.
you know what the definition of owner means?
Oh, come on, man. Yeah, if you own a team, you're the owner of a team. If you own a
No, no, no,
company,
no.
you're
We're
the
not talking
owner of
about
a
a team.
company.
No, no, no. I'm talking
Jimmy,
about
calm
owner.
down.
The word it's simple. There's always a suffix and a prefix to things. You're missing what we're talking about in the systematic sense. You're
No, I know exactly what you're talking about, but
so
there is no.
this is what owner means. A person who
Jimmy, let her
owns
have a moment.
something, something
Yeah,
that is owned, the proud owner of a whatever, a possessor, a holder. No matter how we look at this, black, white, or indifferent, hell, there's white slaves too, Jimmy. I'll entertain it. The fact is, if you play ball, you belong to somebody. No
that's
matter we
right.
take out color in general. Now you see how you're agreeing now because we done took out color. We don't
Yeah,
even
because you are. Listen, you signed a contract. Wait a minute. Justin Tuck, I talked to Justin Tuck about this and a lot of the Giant players in his basement drinking Johnny Walker, green, by the way. And they all talked about this. They all talked about this, but Justin Tuck, very, very intelligent guy. He said, wait a minute, guys, did you not sign a contract to play football? And they go, yeah. So you have to be agreeing upon that contract. I don't think an owner is looking at it. He's just happens to own the team. And I get all that, owner. Yeah, we're bringing that back to the slavery days and the owner and this and the master bedroom. Yes, the master's bedroom.
It's just
But
a
I
part of
don't think,
America. It's a part of our history. That's all.
no,
It's
no,
nothing to
bro.
get,
but we can
nothing
still
personal
listen
or none of
in
that.
sports, we can still take color out the equation. That's why we can
Listen,
take color
I
out.
don't disagree with you, but do you know how many owners and how many players for saying discriminatory things had to sell their team? I
And how many
mean, the
haven't?
guy at the Clippers said, there's no way I'm selling my team. And you know what the NBA said? Well, you're not getting any concession for your team. And you're not being advertised and you're not going to be on the NBA channel.
Mm.
You said bad things, you're out. And guess what? He had to sell a team. And he's very
So
white. So I
establishing
don't think I
87.
don't think it's anything. I just think that you have to play by the rules if you want to be in the NFL.
But guess
And
what? When they sell their team, they're not affect their pockets ain't affected like that. It's not affecting their legacy, their children, and everything. When you do what you're doing to Kyrie, it's affecting a whole lot. You know what I mean? For
well,
something he
I'm
said.
not disagreeing with you, Mook. And that's not. I don't think I know the point you're trying to make, but I don't think it has anything to do with the color of his skin. I just think it's how he worded it, and team owners are very concerned. They're without Mark. What's his name? Who's the head of the NFL? Who's
Roger Goodell.
but yeah. Now he had
So
said
if it wasn't because of that, then let me ask you
no.
something.
But what
Then
I'm trying to say is,
how
he said we have rules of engagement for a certain reason, and that's to keep good presence and not be discriminatory with our mouths. And a lot of white players have been taken out of the
I
equation
might agree
too.
with you though, Jimmy, because you're right. Because some Nazi-looking dude can't come and make those comments.
No way, man. They
His
get
ass
rid of
to
it
be
in two
out of there and
seconds.
nothing too. So, yeah. Yeah, I get it, but I don't think we made it. We got into a race. We were just talking about how a player has to play by the rules or his ass is grass. You
But
know what I
Mook,
mean?
you got to
Ultimately.
understand, it's all about the masses, and yes, and this whole world is based on money. If you want, look, I got fired because the owner didn't like me. Why he didn't like me? Because he don't like Italians. You know what he said to me? He goes, "You assholes helped Hitler in World War II." I said, "Hey, asshole, I was born in this country. All right, my great grandfather fought in World War II, knucklehead." And I said, and he fought for the Americans. I said, and second of all, if you had a half a brain, when the Americans were invading Sicily and South Italy, the Italian soldiers were going, "Come here, I'll show you where they are. They're over there. Show them where the Nazis are." They immediately went and helped him.
That's true.
But yeah, Monk, if you're a Nazi, you ain't going anywhere with anything. And look at all the people, look at all these, if you know Oslin, what is he, the senator of South Carolina, he had it right. He goes, look, I have to play by rules. I'm a senator in the United States of America. I cannot show discrimination, CNN brought Al Sharpton in. Now, first of all, the first owner of CNN back then, before they brought him in, said, he's did this and he's done that. And guess what? The new owner of CNN said, no, I like his controversy. I like his management. And I don't think he did anything wrong. He was defending situations when those low-life idiots killed that poor black kid and what's his name was rioting. I don't think there was any discrimination in the owner of CNN. He just liked Al Sharpton. They happen to be good friends. They hang out together. They go away together. He said, Al, I would love to have you on my program and be a part of CNN. And that's why you see Al Sharpton on there.
A lot of white guys are black friends.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, but
started out with a bunch of them.
But CNN can't be discriminatory against anybody. If the owner of CNN said anything, nobody would watch CNN. Nobody would look at it because I wouldn't look at it. I don't hate Kanye for what he's doing.
CNN is fake news, so.
Well, bro, is it fake news because somebody said that to you? News is a generalization of what's going on. You have to interpret the truth. But I don't think there's no fake news out there. Maybe Fox News.
Wow. All right, so Jimmy, Alan, you got anything to contribute? Because you've kind of gotten ran over.
He always eating his noodles.
I haven't gotten ran over. I'm just listening. I was contributing. There definitely is fake news.
Okay, can you explain to me?
Us,
No, but can you explain to me the fake news? Like, where does it come? I'm just asking.
Just news in general. I mean, just if you look at the way, for example, if you said Fox, so the way that Fox, I stopped watching news because of it. If you look at Fox, they only depict certain stories. If you watch the same story that on another network, it just looks differently and it seems different. It just they pick and choose what stories to cover and what not.
Because they're bigots. No, because they're bigots, and I'm going to explain to you why. Fox News was always against Obama. Trump was always against Obama. Why didn't they go after Obama? Why are they only going after me? First of all, I tried to explain to you, Obama left, Obama took a lot of papers out. No, him, Bush, Clinton wrote a concession to the file office as they're supposed to do. These are the documents I want to take. They did that a year before their last year in office. Obama was approved, Bush was approved, Clinton was approved. They followed the guidelines. You had a bigot president who Trump is absolutely a bigot. He absolutely hates Jewish people and black people, period.
Jimmy,
he wants to mass the race.
We got to land the plane, brother.
Yeah, but Fox News was all against Obama and only for Trump, and so yeah, that was false. They were given false rhetoric, and Justice Trump was given false rhetoric. But I wouldn't say that CNN or News Nation in any way or shape or form are giving wrong information. I just don't see it. Hitler.
They're giving wrong information. It's very selected information.
Yeah, and people take it as gospel.
Targeted at a certain group of people. Like that's why we didn't see a lot of stuff about the little black kid that went missing in DC. The little girl that was snatched in DC probably about 7-8 years ago.
Oh yes. They never found that girl.
They never found her, but
they never found that girl. Yeah,
but we don't hear about it anymore.
Yeah, it's disgusting. But
but listen, there's also a lot of white children. There was 3 children taken away a year ago in the Bronx. They don't know where they are. They were white. That ain't heard from. I think that what's sad is that we're beginning a progression. I don't blame a lot of people, but we're beginning a progression of making it a negative situation, and it's not. We're making it more than it is. We're making a mountain out of a molehill.
Certain stories are covering more than others, and I know You know, the white girls, the stories, yeah, they're in the news, homie. It don't like certain stories are covered more than others. That's just the fact.
Yeah.
Now, speaking of Trump, you know, he's about to run. He in there for 2024. And you know what? I'm kind of excited because when he run it, it's just great news. It's just always something fun to watch. Jimmy got mad at me when I
but
saw
Luke, what is funny about destroying any democracy that we have?
Lord,
I think he's going to lose. Hopefully, there's a good opponent, but I'm not.
Well,
It's
he's not going to lose.
entertaining to me because I don't
I
believe
honestly
none of
do
it
not
changes
think.
anything for me anyway. So,
Well, you know, there's not a lot of black people that follow Trump anyway, and I can't stomach the guy. He's a bigot,
I think
and
there's more black people than you realize that follow Trump, to be honest.
there's a lot of black people that follow Trump and
well, there's a lot of people that follow him, but again, those people think that he did a lot for the black people. You know, again, I'm pissed off because I'm about the truth, and still I argue this to people today. These idiots that you have out here. When somebody says, "Oh, you know what he did for the black people?" I said he did absolutely nothing for the black people. Absolutely not one thing. And the only thing he did. The only thing he did was empower the rich. Trump is very dangerous for this country. Trump does not care about anybody but him and his rich friends. All the corporations want him back in, and they're probably going to back him up. Will he win? Absolutely not. I doubt very much.
Absolutely, he will win. Do you remember that SNL skit?
Well,
With,
he will win.
Chris Rock?
He will win.
Trump.
But how do you?
Donald Trump
If he
is going
doesn't
to
have his
win.
base,
Donald Trump is going to win. I ain't
but
gonna hold
Aaron,
you.
where are you coming up with that?
He's going to win.
How?
Guess what?
He's going to win, bro.
How is he going to win? I'm
Give me
asking you.
No. Honestly, Jimmy,
Because Joe
give me
Biden.
one good reason.
Don't be naive,
Because
Jimmy.
Joe Biden talks like
Jimmy, give me one good reason
There's
why
nobody
Donald Trump
to go
is not
against
going to
him.
be
First of all,
Well, not
is not going to be a
anybody.
president.
A lot of the people that lost in the midterm elections are now blaming Trump because it was Trump that made them lose.
Yeah,
The Republican Party is now not holding him as the head guy. They don't even want him.
They weren't holding him as a head guy when he was the president either. Why?
Yeah, but bro, it was a little different because he was never president. He was never president before then.
But let me tell you something.
Jimmy, I ain't gonna lie. He
I
made a lot more people rich than he made a lot more people lose.
Y'all poor Jimmy.
Like
Oz lost directly because of him. Because if you listen to a lot of Pennsylvania voters, black and white, said they were afraid of the constant bombardment of rhetoric that came out of Oz and the negativity, and nobody wants that rhetoric anymore.
Let me tell you about human nature, though. Remember back when we got the little checks? You know, the average people in the urban areas, black, Hispanic, and white, they remember that. They reminisce on that. And now they thinking, what the fuck is Biden doing? I ain't got no extra couple of dollars in my pocket. That's how petty, you know, when the average mind coming from poverty all their life, and then they get a little check in their pocket. Like, that's a big factor because a lot of people are reminiscing on them days, and they reminiscing on Trump and how bold he was, and how and he has a possibility to win, Jimmy.
Yeah.
I want to be honest with you.
I want to watch it with you via FaceTime so you can look just like the white folks on SNL that night.
I can guarantee you in another year, he's going to fall apart as he already is. He lost over half his base. The last rally he had, there was no black people there at all, and it was less than 3,000 people. And he made his event where there was normally 12 to 25,000 people.
We all know it's money. He didn't put money behind that. He didn't start his campaign yet. That's just
bro. I just
announced 2 days ago. You're gonna see the Trump rally wave come all the way back. I'm telling you.
And that's
you have no idea. So you're gonna sit and say he doesn't have black people.
I don't think he's gonna win over Jimmy.
There is no way that he's going to win the next. He is not going to be the president.
Bro, the only way
he doesn't need the black vote to win. There's a lot of Spanish conservatives, and I'm telling you, there's a lot of Spanish conservatives that like the view of like no abortion, like if they have their license, they have their green card, they have their citizens, they don't want more people to take their. I'm telling you, all he needs is the female vote, which he already has. He needs the Spanish vote, which he can get easily, and then he already has the white vote. He's going to turn out people who don't vote ever just to vote.
You're telling me that Trump has the white vote?
Yes, you live in Staten Island. Whenever
My
I come
man,
visit you,
listen to me. I want to tell you something. I knew a lot of guys that were Trump supporters. Yeah, but I want to tell you, I know a lot of white people that were Trump supporters, and they're not Trump supporters anymore. I just got off the phone with my friend in Chicago, Kenny. He said, man, he goes, Trump is losing a lot of his base due to the fact because all he talks about is himself, about what they did to him and why they did it. People are getting tired of his mouth. I'm sorry. His family is not behind him. Ivanka, which has devastated him, and now is in a big report, told her father, why are you doing this? What are you gaining from this? He's going to be hated. Listen, he's going to be hated even more. What aggravates me is that he had the nerve to talk. One of my favorite presidents, my top 3 presidents, is President Obama. Never looked at his color in any way. And because of who he was, the gentleman that he was, he did more for this country. And Biden was a part of that. So I want to tell you, Biden is actually doing very well. If you look at the economy shape before Trump came in and Biden took it over, it already slumped from the COVID, and Biden had to deal with that. Biden is doing more for this country than any other president, more than Obama. We just don't see it because it's covered up by all the bullshit. You know,
Biden call us predators.
Jimmy, the only way,
super predators. That's the only.
The only way Trump don't become president is if I run for election, and that's not gonna happen. Trump is going to win in 2024.
And Obama can go fuck himself.
I don't know what the fuck Obama did.
Listen, Trump lost the popular vote by 7 million people. And his electoral college vote was only won mainly because people wanted a change. Now that they see what he was actually doing, he lost a lot of his base. There is no way that this guy is winning in 2024. There's just no way.
Jimmy, you didn't address Biden still called us super predators. Then the motherfucker went and ran for president 20-something years later. So are you saying that we're no longer super predators?
We can't judge him for that no more. He probably changed, got educated, and he's different. That was
a good old apology. I fucked up. I'm sorry.
You know what I mean?
Hey, listen. Does anybody have any accountability for what Biden did already for this country?
What has he done?
I'm about to tell you.
Nothing. He did a whole lot of nothing. He be
a whole lot of nothing, bro. Listen, can you let me?
You just don't see it.
No, you don't see it, bro. Let me tell you something. It's the first time in the history that medical companies cannot charge any more for senior citizens, or if you need a hearing aid, you can now get it over the counter. Do you know how enraged all these medical companies are? How dare you? We're losing billions of dollars. You know what Biden said?
Old fuck though.
It's not about old folks. It's about everything. Diabetes. You're only allowed to charge 30.
For free, Jimmy.
Come on, man. Listen,
Jimmy,
my friend is a diabetic. My friend is a diabetic. His insulin cost him $1,800 to $2,200 a month. It now costs him $35 a month because of Biden. He now has discharged the labor rate and raised the concession for companies to bring in people. Okay, and he's raised the interest rate to allow people to be able, and companies. He's lowered the corporate rate for small businesses, which Trump took away. Obama did it, but Trump took it away. Because there was no money, there was nothing being made and everything. He's doing more for the American people than a lot of presidents.
My stocks have crashed.
Hold on.
My stocks have been crashing since he's
been a recession in the war. You can't blame it all on Biden.
No, hold
It's
up.
not Biden has no control.
For free.
So tell me why electric bills are up everywhere. Tell me why everything's high as fuck, but wages are not up.
Yeah, but it's very simple to explain. Guess what?
What about
but it's because
immediately.
Listen, it's because of Trump, not because of Biden. When we had a COVID problem in this country,
was because of Obama then, because Obama didn't do it for the black community either. See,
That's not true.
He
That
did
is
shit for
so
the
not true.
LGBTQ community, as his family made it sound
Obama
say.
and
He was
Biden
absolutely
hired
right.
Dyson. No, that's not true at all. Obama and Biden hired Dyson to rehabilitate low-income areas in black neighborhoods, which have established 75 to 80% less crime rate. That was Obama and Biden that did that. And that was amazing. That was amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And Trump took that away. Trump completely took that away and took claim from
But it didn't
Dr. Eric
benefit him.
Dyson. Dr. Eric Dyson is the one that was that was the one that amplified that. Trump does not control the oil in this company. And when we had the COVID problem, do you know that over 15,000 factories and farms closed down because of Trump? And Obama
So
and
Jimmy, I
Biden
gotta
had
agree
took
with
over that
Mr.
mess.
87. He says if we can't blame everything on Biden, then we can't
You
blame
can.
everything on Trump
You
either.
cannot. You know,
We
there's a
never
war
tried to.
right
But that
now.
means you can't blame it on Trump either.
We didn't.
Yes, you can
We
blame
never
it on
tried.
Trump
Nobody
because
that
of COVID.
Trump says, "Oh, my money and the economy and this and that." People that love Trump say, "Oh, my money was great." But when you talk about Biden, because of the war and this fucking reset, it's all trickling down. This inflation, you know what I mean? It's not a typical situation we in. There's a big
You know
major
Senator
war
Rich?
on the brink of
Did
World
you
War
guys know
III.
Senator Rich? He's trying to take over the minority leader for the House. Do you guys know Rich? Well, let me explain something to you. Before Biden got in, he sent a memo stating that we are going to get so rich from this because the Republicans control the oil in this country. Also, when Trump was in, I had a very successful restaurant business. Mook will vouch for this. I had 134 restaurant accounts. Every one of them are gone because of Trump.
He's a big dog, shaking and baking with the big dogs. And I'm like,
And I lost my entire business because of Trump. I am gaining that back because my tax structure is completely back to normal just because of Biden. He's regulating more things for people to make money, but adjustments don't happen in a year or two.
Yeah,
and this guy, just like Obama, got put into, what Obama had to deal with, he got rid of 2/3 of the economy,
yeah, he
2/3
came in
of
on
the
a
deficit.
Yep.
And you know what they said about him? Oh, he was the worst president we ever had. And I'm like, where the fuck are these people coming from? Where are you people?
He made us look good. Now we got and looking crazy to the rest of the country.
Well, do you know what the ex-German chancellor of France, Germany, and England said? One of the greatest presidents they ever dealt with was Barack Obama. You had that Trump, that lousy bastard that he is.
That ain't nothing to them. They worried about their pockets, you know. And
bro, guess what? If you take
the class he brought and actually the integrity, he went. You know, he went to school not for money. You know what I mean? Like,
do you know why Mexicans are leaving the United States and you're having a lot of Hondurans and Guatemalan people coming in from other countries? Because Obama helped the Mexican economy grow so well that the Mexicans were migrating back to Mexico. Why do I know that? Because one of the best guys I had working with me now owns his company in Mexico. I talk to him once in a while. He said Obama. Yeah, listen. Obama was one of the smartest presidents this country ever had. He handled our economy and with lightning. He was the one that wanted to address everybody having a license. And guess what? Trump said in his third year, it's not a bad idea if we get everybody to get a license. That was Obama. That wasn't Trump.
Yep.
And all of a sudden now,
I don't trust any fucking politician.
I was in the prison.
I don't believe in any one of them. I don't trust any one of them. I usually pick the best for whatever I think is most important at the time. So that's how I vote. Yes, I'm a fucking moderate. You're damn right.
That's okay. I'm a moderate too, babe. But babe, I'm a moderate too.
Yeah,
I'm with you. I believe it, but I'm not going to use the color of a person's skin to make my determination. If I think
a lot of people did that with Obama. Let's keep it a buck.
You know that.
Listen, I was reading about Obama from when he was a senator in Chicago. This guy is an amazing individual and human being. He's a law graduate in law and constitutional law, which there's no money in it, and he got his degree in Columbia University. They wanted him to be the professor. They wanted him to be a professor. You know what Obama said? He goes, "I have other things and obligations that I want to do, and I want to enter into
not saying he
politics."
was an honorable man. I'm just saying that, you know,
As a
his
president, you
first
don't
term-
agree with him.
Yeah.
No problem. And we got the right. We're not here to convince each other.
Yeah.
No, of course
You know what I
not.
mean?
Of course not.
So,
But look, discrimination is at the level of the presidency. So I don't think anybody is allowed. Again, Trump cannot go around and shoot his mouth off. Trump lost because of his rhetoric. When he was debating Biden and they asked him, "Do you denounce these white supremacists?" He did not denounce them. He said, "Stand back, stand by, and stand down."
a bunch of Black Panthers
That's why he lost.
rushed the
That's why he
Capitol
lost.
building for Obama in the name of him because they feel he was done wrong. They rushed the Capitol building and kill people and go all. You think you have the opportunity to apply to go to? Let me stop. I ain't gonna take it back to the race thing again.
Yeah, but
Well, let me ask you a
everybody would
question.
be DEAD dead.
Did anybody see any black people there at January 6th?
Yeah, the guys working there that were getting shot at.
Well, no, I'm talking about the insurrectionists. Was there any black people there? Do you know you have morons in this country that are saying those people that were holding those flags were really Democrats, and they were doing that to depose?
We all know the truth. Come on.
Yeah, I understand that, but
the same reason there were pallets of bricks left
everybody's
in
identity.
Well, guess what? That's the white people. Those are the bigot white people that still stand behind Trump. They now know the truth.
Their brain, they're not bigots. They got a president that they thought was done wrong, and they thinking about the revolutionary times, the Tea Party times when Americans did things like that. And maybe in their brain, they thinking, "Oh,
Mook, I love you, Mook, I love you," but they're bigots. They're bigots, Mook. They're bigots. Trust me when I tell you.
They think in their retarded brains. Now, let me stop.
Well, they are retarded. There's a fact.
Retarded is not a proper word to use.
I know. Sorry.
But I got to be honest with you. Trump has lost a lot of his base. He is doing this because he doesn't want to be out of the forum. You even heard him. He said, "Well, nobody, when I die, nobody's going to come to my funeral and nobody's going to remember me." He's a swollen head narcissist, a malignant narcissist.
Jimmy,
and American people are saying we like that. That's what we want. We want somebody.
What's that?
Yeah, American people like that shit.
Into the Trump show.
Yeah, there's people that like that shit.
So I had before we go any further, do you guys mind if I touch a little piece of news?
Yeah, go for it.
Because
we got to close out soon anyway.
Yeah. All right. So I don't know if anybody's been paying attention to the young lady that went out of the country to Mexico with some friends, and upon arriving back, they came back and told the family that she got alcohol poisoning in Mexico, and that and they didn't come back with the body. She was dead.
What?
Yeah, she was dead.
I ain't hearing that.
Yeah.
She got alcohol poisoning and died? How much alcohol does bitch drink?
Well, they thought it was alcohol poisoning.
Wait, let's let her finish. Let her finish.
Sorry.
This was a story. So the family thought it was very strange that the whole story that, they come back, they don't have they're all best friends. So it's a group of these friends. So where's my daughter? They don't have, so the mother decided to look into it and wait for the autopsy. Autopsy comes back with spinal injury, and that also said that she died 15 minutes after the spinal injury. And a video has surfaced of her and her friends in the hotel room, one of them whipping her ass, and she's butterball ass naked.
Oh my God.
Horrible. Wow. The mother had to do the video just for the video to be shown. So we're not even seeing how really bad it really was.
But wait, you mean when you say whooping her ass, you mean spanking her or beating her up?
Beating her up.
Okay.
Beating her up, yeah.
And then there was a guy being recorded in the background telling her, you ain't gonna do nothing at least fight back. So this guy has come forward on social media, and he's basically saying, hey, you know, when I came, she was alive, she was there, she got alcohol poison, I stayed with her until the nurse came. Well, the problem is what he said conflicts with the autopsy reports, because with what he just said, she
Oh
would
yeah, I'm reading it right
have
now.
she'd already, you see it now?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So keep going, Dutch.
Sequela Robinson.
that's her name. No, go ahead, Alan. I'll let Alan go ahead because he has it right in front of him.
Wow.
Could you read it?
So Bernard and Senator Amanda Robinson are demanding answers in the investigation of their daughter's death, October 28th. 25-year-old Shaquilla Robinson left Charlotte, North Carolina to go on a trip with friends to Cabo, Mexico. A day later, she was dead. On Friday, November 11th, Salamandra told Charlotte local news reporter she was informed that her daughter suffered from alcohol poisoning during her trip to Mexico. Spoke with her Friday evening when she was having dinner and never spoke to her again. The grieving mother said on Saturday, they called me and said she wasn't feeling well and they were going to go to the doctor. They then called and the doctor hadn't arrived yet, but they said that she had alcohol poisoning. She added Sequela's group of friends reportedly left her body in their vacations rental and returned home to the States.
What?
After they said it was alcohol poisoning, we received an autopsy report on Thursday, and it said that her neck had been broken and that she had a back spasm and that there was a crack in her spinal cord. That's what the parents said.
And these were her friends?
Yeah, that took her to a whole nother level, which meant somebody attacked her. They continued to the U.S. Department of State and involved an investigation of the young woman's death in Mexico. We are aware of the reports. Protecting the United States overseas among us top priority. Out of respect for privacy of these involved, we have no further comment.
Wow.
Hold on. No, wait. Oh, yeah, there's more. Sorry. A clip of Robinson interview circulated on social media yesterday, November 15th. Since then, a video surfaced online of what appears to be cell phone footage of Sequela naked being brutally beaten by one of her friends in the bedroom on the vacation rental in Mexico. At least two other people were present during the altercation. One heard telling her to fight back. According to Robinson, they have no contact. They've been in contact with the FBI branch.
Wow.
Yeah,
Then
it's
it's
not
stuff on
obvious.
thing. There's all the stuff on thing. Hold on.
You know, the
It's
people
on social
accused probably
media.
got money, so throwing a lot of smoke and mirrors into the situation. But is it not obvious that we don't even got to go deep? It was friends. They got drunk and then they decided to just beat up the girl, and something went wrong. And
Bro, they
now
broke
they're
her
Or the
trying
shit
to
could have
cover it
been
up.
planned the
her
whole
neck.
fucking time. Or the shit could have been planned the whole
Yeah,
fucking
I didn't even want to go there, but yeah, I mean,
and I gotta tell you, I swear to God, if that was my kid, all them little hoes would be dying.
Mook, Malik, I agree with you. That was planned.
All
Yeah.
of them.
Yeah, they didn't go there. They went there with that intention to do that to that girl.
So
Yeah.
this was the
Yeah,
day
the five other friends did not.
Yeah, they didn't. Yeah, of course. Alan, the other people that were with them, there was only one girl that beat her up.
That's what it says.
Here's what you have to ask yourself, and it's kind of somebody was there, because only they were there. Somebody recorded and somebody leaked it, because somebody's trying to cover their ass because they want somebody to know what really happened. Because
they don't want to get in trouble.
Yeah, I agree with that. That's true, Dutch.
That video got leaked. If that video got leaked and only y'all were there and there was no one else, somebody knows that this is fucked up. And somebody is trying to show, hey, look, this fight happened.
Right.
I don't want to say what else, but hey, I want to go ahead and leak this shit because somebody needs to know what really happened that night. Because they
were afraid. They were probably afraid.
So, and then you have the gentleman that it was a male's voice that said fight back.
Yeah, so I'm looking for the video now.
Yeah,
wow.
He's been getting a lot of DMs, threats and everything. So that's why he came forward and was like, hey, you know, I got there at this time. It wasn't me and blah, 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 blah. But the problem is what he said, the math ain't mathin'. At the time that he's saying he got there, she would have been dead already. He's saying he spent time with her. And he gave her specific times, the timeline. But hell, even Ray Charles and Stevie together could see.
Yo, I think I found the video too.
This shit
But,
was on the ground.
what were the nationalities of
They
everybody,
were black
Alan?
girls.
They were all black.
They were all black. Wow.
Everybody.
Look, it could have been that girl going with that girl's boyfriend, or who
Yeah,
knows
I was
what it could
gonna
be.
say that over some dick.
I
Yeah.
thought that was something else too, because remember the black girl who went away and with all her white friends, and then she turned up dead. And she was
And that
only
little
one.
overnight, that little sleep, that little
Yeah.
stay the night. Yeah, I remember that.
But
Nope.
yeah,
Everybody was black. The friends were black. The guy was black. The victim was black. It was an all group of ebony people. And what is you have to understand is the reason why I agree with y'all that it was planned is because this shit didn't happen a few days. This shit happened within what they said a day. Alan, was it like a day later?
That shit was planned.
Oh, I found it.
That's definitely
But it's not a full
motivated.
video.
yeah, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, the mother had to clean
Stupid
it up
shit.
so it could be released. But I wish you could find the video of the guy that came forward and what he's saying.
Oh yeah, I see it now, yo.
I mean,
She's like throwing her around the bedroom and shit.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
She just crossed
Wow.
like a
Is
fucking
that guy in the room? Is there a guy in the room, or?
Yep. That's the one. Yeah, the guy.
Hold on one second. I'm gonna take this my
But
earpiece.
Dutch, why didn't he stop it? He has girls there, and he's a
Yeah.
guy.
But
Why
dude,
didn't he stop it?
nowadays they into that, you know. They
So
not,
I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna say allegedly before I say this because I don't know this to be a fact of anyone, but I'm gonna say more times than not. But this is going to be somewhat of a stereotype. In some situations, when you have certain this is a really, I mean, we all have stereotypes. There's black ones, white ones, there's gay ones. And I believe that in certain circumstances, some men like drama. And he might have been one of those type of men that like that type of drama. He could have been a straight male that liked that type of drama and over him, or he could have been a gay male, one of those, hey, not all of them are like that, just like not all of us are certain.
Yeah, that's a terrible situation. Those people need to fry.
But it could have been some messy shit. He could have been on some messy shit, and nobody might have expected it to go.
Right, it could have been a drug situation too. Yeah, Dutch.
Everything
was evolving in that. I agree with
it. Was your friend?
it. Just sounds so bizarre. If I was in that situation, every one of those girls would be beat up.
You're in the Matrix, Alan. Yeah. Let's. What's the next topic too? We ain't gonna dwell on that too long, but it sounds like
the
a
last
fucked
thing
up
we were gonna
situation.
jump on was Dave
terrible.
Chappelle, but
that was
never over, y'all. So unless y'all want to keep going.
I mean, no. Let's get into
Hey, look, Dave Chappelle could do no wrong in my eyes, man. I'm sorry.
Boom. And I wanted to bring
topic.
that up for you, Jim. Did you see that clip that I sent you for Dave Chappelle on Saturday Night Live?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you see Dave Chappelle's stance?
I'm sorry. Did I hear what he said?
Did you understand his stance?
Yes, absolutely. He was saying directly about the system. You could have bought a little more time, Kanye. You know what I'm saying? You could have bought a little more time. This is how you buy a little time. The minute, yeah, I love Dave Chappelle, and he happens to be right. But again, Dave Chappelle's not greedy. Dave Chappelle's not a greedy guy, but he knows the system. And he was like, hey, Kanye, if you would have waited a little bit, that you could have bought yourself some time.
But why does Kanye have to wait? I think was the point he was trying to make as well.
Well, Kanye wants to own his own shoe company. He wants to own his own clothing company. He doesn't want to be part of a corporation. He feels that he wants to be that guy like Nike. He wants to open up his own company. I don't blame him for what he did because there was no way he was going to break away from those contracts. But I don't hate Kanye. I don't really hate anybody.
Dave Chappelle was wrong talking about wait. There's no time.
I don't think he. I think he was.
Every time he was being ironic.
Yeah, but bro, I think he was making a joke. I think he's making a joke, man. I don't think he did anything against Kanye. Again, we're criticizing comedians, and that's where this country has lost its appeal.
Yeah, I'm not criticizing no comedian.
No, I agree with everything Dave Chappelle said.
It was funny, yeah.
I agree with him 100%. Absolutely, Malik.
Sure.
And I think that he also agreed with what we were saying. Why do we need to wait? That was the satire about it.
Right.
I'm not a comedian. I'm just speaking for real.
No, Mook, I get you, bro. I love you. I know, man. I know. But Malik, I agree with you. I understood everything he said. I don't think he said anything bad. And what he said was very direct and to a point that is very serious.
There was no good time for him to come out. Wait for what? Anytime he do that, same shit's
gonna
happen.
You know what? What he's saying. Well, what it's saying, it wouldn't have been so bad for Ye. It wouldn't have been so discriminatory if Ye would have just maybe said this or that. And I don't think Chappelle's going to come out with what rhetoric he should have said. But
so wait a minute. So Dave Chappelle must think, oh, I escaped to Africa and come back. I can talk about transgenders and do all that and be safe. This ain't transgenders that Kanye going to war with. These are people that really control the whole media, everything. It ain't, you know what I mean? It's different. It's a difference. Kanye the only one that really going at these people ever in history, and it's a difference. You can't, not saying they're bad. They're people like us, human beings, but they happen to own the whole, the whole entertainment industry. Okay, all right.
Yeah, but Mook,
so you fuck with them.
But Mook, why do you think they're being so hard with Ye? It had nothing to do with.
If you fuck with them, you're going down.
No, it had nothing to do with him saying about the Jews. It was him. It was him loving Hitler and how he wanted to name the album Hitler. Hitler is a name that you shouldn't bring in, especially that the Jews, yes, they've owned the movie and music industry since its conception. But Ye made a mistake by mentioning that he loves Hitler. He wanted to name his album Hitler. And that's where Ye crossed the line.
Let's go. Let's really talk for real now. You want to bring up that? Nah, I ain't going to do it.
Let's say this. I think Dave Chappelle has a brilliant mind where he's able to get us to hear what we think we hear instead of what he's really dropping.
Right. Of course. He was
saying you heard one thing and I heard something totally different.
It was totally metaphoric. Right. I agree.
I
totally.
grew up a Rastafarian. We look at Haile Selassie, as our Jesus, that's how we was raised. Now, every religion looks at somebody, but when you go back in history, you'll find, not religion, just people, you'll find that person did some shit that's questionable to other people, that he killed off somebody's family or whatever, they came for him and whatever else. Like even, you know what I mean? So whoever, and then like when you think about genius, thinking about history, I don't love Hitler. I don't like Hitler at all for what he did, how evil he was. But I could look past that and see how his brain, how much of a mastermind he was too, though. You feel me? I'm sorry, but I'm just speaking the real. And that's just
who's that?
He's an evil piece of shit, Hitler. But I'm saying, have you ever seen somebody able to, like, even now we talk about, that brings us to Trump too. Like, you got to look at stuff and get the good out of it. Like, wow, look at that. He's an evil piece of shit. Yeah, no doubt.
But that propaganda machine was
don't want to hear none of that. I'm talking about Hitler, not Trump. Now,
hey, did you ever read Mein Kampf? I read it. Trump has a copy of it on his plane in Mar-a-Lago. He had it next to his bed, and he loved Hitler. He idolized Hitler, just as Putin did.
What I'm saying is, Kanye should have the right to look at history and admire somebody.
Well, yeah, no, but listen,
and eliminate.
But guess what? If the Jews own the music and the movie business, and you want to do any business, and you start loving and liking Hitler, you got a problem, bro.
Yeah.
You're retarded. I don't think Ye is as smart as you think he is.
Yeah, I think
he made a big mistake.
I know, right? We gotta start editing this. You can't be live yelling retarded.
But I was a great show, man. I'm really
sorry. I had
Wait.
to get to
Y'all
the
hear him like
bottom
me,
of
right? You
it.
sound in the Matrix, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yo,
yeah,
Allen,
yeah.
you in
You're
the
in the
Matrix.
man. We don't hear you.
What are you leaving? You leaving us for the Megaverse, Al? You're watching too much. What is it, Doctor Strange? Yeah, sorry.
Oh,
Hey guys,
Lord.
you know what? I honestly got to tell you, I'm proud of myself because I never discriminated against anybody's nationality. I love everybody. If somebody came up to me and needed something, I'd go out of my way to make sure they were taken care of. And again, you know, Mook, he's like my brother, man, and I love all of
Anything
you.
I need, he there for me.
You know, I
That's
love
what's
all
up.
of you,
That's
and
what's
I
up.
would be there if you guys needed me. I would go to Hawaii for Dutch and do whatever I needed to do to help her. Malik, if you needed me in Washington, as long as you were taking me to that famous ice cream store, I wouldn't have no problem.
You
I'm
want
there.
credit for the Jimmy show. All right, Jimmy,
But you
we
know,
know.
guys,
All right.
I don't want us to blow things out and see things in another light.
No,
Malik, I'm with
we
you.
good, Kim. We good. We
No, but
good. We
you
all
know what
talk
I'm
here.
saying.
We
I
know. You
agree
gotta
with what
notice that you don't
Chappelle
want to
said.
always bring that up.
Yeah, man. We
I just
always
hate
good,
I
I
brother.
just hate
We
Trump and
always good.
Hitler.
understand why.
We
I just hate
understand, brother.
Trump and Hitler.
You're
And on
doing a
that
lot.
note,
You
folks,
bold for being on this panel and holding it down, and you've been holding it down for a long time. So we
I'm voting.
Yeah,
recognize
man.
where you are.
you
But
one of
yeah,
the
let's
man
do
bands.
this one. I mean, Malika, this was a great show.
Yes, it was. And so on that note, thank you to all the viewers this evening. Thank you for all your comments and those that will be watching us
That's a
later.
fact.
Thank you. And have yourselves a blessed night. Until next Wednesday, we'll talk. Good night,
Love
everybody.
y'all. Peace.
Love,
Peace.
love, love.